Hello everyone and welcome back to Daily FMC. Today I got a 21 and the scramble was just around average, so pretty good. I had a 22 that I found 30 minutes into the attempt, and I couldn't beat it until I found a really nice CR with about 8 minutes left, and I was able to finish it pretty quickly, so that was really nice. I started on inverse on R and L, so it's a 6 flip where my bad edges are here, 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 and 3 in the back right here, here, and here. So since 3 of them are already on the L layer, I can orient 3 of them and misorient 1 to get a 4 flip. So I did an L prime, and then from here there are a lot of 5 move EOs on inverse if I continue, but I didn't like those, and what I did was I traced where these bad edges would be on normal if I switch. So this one's gonna be here, this one's gonna go here, this one's gonna go here, and this one's gonna go here. So that means my bad edges are gonna be here, 2 in the front, 1 here, 1 down there. So I'm gonna have 3 more moves to EO on normal for a 4 move EO. So from here I switched. So here, as I predicted, it's 3 more moves to EO for a 4 move EO. I just do a U to bring this edge from here to here, and a D2 to get this bad edge to the R layer, and from here it's just an R to solve EO. And then here, what I did to get a 22 was that I did an F prime, and then that reduces to DR minus 2E4C. But here, it's already almost made or set up to the trigger already. And if I just do U prime and then the trigger, then I get a pretty easy 9 move DR. And I got a 22 finish off of that. But my final solution did something a little different. So here, instead of orienting this corner, I decided to orient this one. So I can do a U prime and then F. Then here it's a pretty similar case where I already have this much of the DR trigger set up, and then if I just do U, it's already set up to the trigger. So from here I can do either F D to F prime or B R to B prime or B, and B R to B was the DR trigger that I ended up using. And from here I did a Z prime. Actually, before that, I noticed that I noticed that the corners were good, because if I do end with a B prime instead and just try to solve corners, I get a really nice corner solution. And so to try HDR, I did a Z prime and then saw that it's already set up to HDR minus 6E4C. But I didn't like the HDRs from normal. From here I switched. And on inverse, I have this. And then I set it up to the HDR trigger by first connecting this corner, because this corner is not connected to any of the HDR edges. So I can connect this one to this or this by doing a B2. And I decided to connect it to this by doing an R2 B2. And then from here, I get my 2 bars and 1 line. So it's only 1 more move to this trigger. And then from here, I can just do the 3 move trigger to get to HDR. So D, L2, U. And then from here, I get to E slice pretty easily, because if I just connect this to this, then I get these 2 squares. And then from here, I can do U2, B2, L2 to solve top and bottom and only leave E slice. So I get E slice in 20 moves, which is pretty good. And then from here I rewrote all the moves after DR on normal, and then from here I inserted E slice. So on normal, just following along and trying to solve the E slice. So L2, B2, and then from here I widened the first U2 that I saw. So now it's a D2, B2, I mean B2, but it's an F2 now. And then just following the moves, D prime, L2. But from here, I noticed that if I don't do these moves, but instead do a U2, D2, B2, R2, that just solves the whole cube. So that was 2 more moves to finish. So initially I had a 22, but what I also knew was that I had this U2, D2 in the middle of the DR string, and then I'm probably able to cancel some moves by slicing this U2, D2. And I also noticed that I have this R2 and another R2 after that, and then these 2 moves don't affect the order of the E slice edges, because obviously doing 2 R2s does nothing to the E slice. So that means I can insert slices in front of it and at the end of it. So because I have this U2, D2, I can try to make it cancel with this U prime. So I undid all these 6 moves and then found a 5-move solution from here, just doing U, D2, L2, D prime, L2. So I solved the E slice in 1 move, which was optimal, and I got a 21. Pretty good. So thank you for watching, and I'll be back tomorrow.